are your uniques unique? Well, let's dig in a little bit. So first of all, a couple of rules. Your uniques, your differentiation, your value proposition should be customer focused. Okay? It's not about you, it's about them. Go to any website and go to the About Us, and 90% of the time, the About Us section is going to say, we started our business in 1939, and Joe Schmo was our founder, and we've gone through 5 generations, and today we're just the best that there is, right? A whole bunch of generic stuff. And the question is, so what? Right? The so what comes from, what do I do for my customers? Most of the time, we're pain relievers. Sometimes we're pleasure providers, but most of the time in our business, we're relieving a pain. And if we can understand the pain that our customer has from their perspective and how we solve their pain, we're going to be a lot more relevant than just saying, oh, we're great, anybody need us? It's like Simon Sinek, want to buy a computer? Nah. You got the same problem, okay? So, but if it's really unique, your competitors can't say it, because otherwise it's not really unique. We give the best service. Who says that? Every company in your industry says that. So that's not relevant and it's not different, right? It's got to communicate a real value for your customers. So think about this. I've seen every one of these on a VTO. All right, this is real. And they're not all bad, okay? But they don't say enough. We're flexible and nimble. We have innovative solutions. We care. That's a really good one. We care. And all my competitors say we don't care, right? No, of course not. We give superior service. We collaborative teamwork. That's very internal unless it provides a value for customers. So you can't read this. It's too many words on the screen, but to give you the idea, this is one client who has very detailed uniques. And the words that they have at the top may not be that impressive as a unique, but when you start to dig into what do they mean by communication, how does thoroughness impact their customer? What's the big picture view means now, and how many times are you advertising your 3 uniques and say, hey guys, customers, here are my 3 uniques? No. You're using that to develop your messaging. And so the 3 uniques are part of what helps you frame your message. All right, here's a roofing company. Tell me what you think of these uniques. Our warranty means something. Well, unless they can say what it means that's different, because most roofing companies are giving a warranty on the shingles, which are provided by the shingle manufacturer, and it's all the same, right? A 30-year shingle, a 50-year shingle, whatever it is. How's their warranty different? If it's not different, who cares? I'm not sure about this one. Relationships first and roofing second. If I'm buying a roof, I want to know they're going to do the best roof I can buy, and I'd like them to be nice people, and I'd like to have a relationship, but I'm not sure roofing second is the right thing. Did they vet that with their customers? Do their customers believe that? That's where the challenge is, okay? And so thinking about how all of your messaging, down to your 3 uniques, how does it relate to what your customers think? The furniture manufacturer that Rainey was talking about, free on-site visit, free design, free plan, and free quote, in their business, that's not something the competitors all do. That really is different. We can match any decor. Well, they manufacture their own stuff. If you want to buy a cubicle for an office, you got a choice of 5 colors and 3 designs, right? These guys have something different. This is a real differentiator because they can, and how they do it is they're vertically integrated. So again, different. They're not just buying panels from somebody. If you can start to think about your business in those ways, now you've got something real to talk about. So back to our expert panel over here. What have you seen in terms of the uniques and how companies develop those, and how do you get them to be more specific?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think it's been a little different each time. I've worked with 4 companies running on EOS over the last 2 years. And the first thing I'll say has been a challenge is often they're only internally informed. So the management team will kind of come up with them and then will, as a group, wordsmith them. And in that process is where they become really generic. Because the 3 most common I run into are innovative, customer-oriented, and I'm missing one, innovative, customer-oriented, and skilled experience, right? We're good, we're cool, and we're fun to work with. What I find it works is first informing it from the external point of view. So I talked a little bit about voice of customer a minute ago. On those calls, remember we said, why did you buy from us? That's great input from your market on what makes you unique. It might be because you have a certain kind of sales process, or you had a more flexible warranty, or you might have, you may have some credibility, some in the marketplace, some accreditations or awards that you've won. That's really important. That's one way to make them better. Another way is to dig into what you really mean by that. So an example is innovative. What does that really mean? Well, I worked with a company that said innovative, and I said, okay, we can't use that word because it's overused. What does that mean? And they said, well, and it came down to, they actually take new software and they run it themselves first and figure out all the ways it can break and doesn't work well and how it can best operate in the system before they'll do it for their customers. So they try it before the customer buys it. And that's what we turned that unique into, because a lot of their competitors were just taking the newest thing and starting to implement it and learning on the customer's dime. And the company who I was working with was actually learning on their own dime and bringing that knowledge and expertise and that, sort of taking that pain out of the equation for the customer before they implemented. So those are some initial ideas.
Companies, what do you see in how they develop their 3 uniques? What's hard about it, and how do you do it better?
Yeah, so I would say spot on to the slogan, make it fun, right? So when we fill out our Vision Traction Organizer, and all of you have heard this, what are your 3 uniques? What separates you from the competition? They may have 1 or 2 the same as you, but they're not going to have all 3. I have some clients that have 4. But if you look in at the different industries and focus on those pain points that you were talking about, that's where the real power comes in. So I have a home builder, this luxury homes, and the biggest complaint they hear about the home buyer is, I have no idea where we are in the process. I don't know if my home's going to be delivered on time. I don't know if there's something they're waiting on me. They didn't have any transparency. So for them, creating a customer portal that customer can get access to whenever they want to know real time what's going on with their home, that's a big deal. And so that was one of their uniques. Now here's the other side. It's also a home builder. One of our clients is on HGTV. They just finished doing their latest filming and will be coming out soon. And when they started to look at their uniques, it was all about, we not only help you find a home, but we can help you kind of transform. So they provide the realty services, the rehab services, and everything in between. They also provide affordable, creative design services. So basically, you buy the home and they design it for you. They don't go buy a home and then they put all these colors and decor in, and then you're like, that's a great looking house, but that's not me. And they make it affordable so they can even offer these types of services to lower level folks who are maybe up and coming college folks looking for that first house and they want to have a little bit of fun. And then the last example is a home inspection company that I work with. And one of the biggest complaints is like, okay, y'all come in, you check out my pool, you check out my HVAC, all the different structural pieces of my home, and then I buy the home, and now I'm like, okay, how do I even use the pool? And what about my air conditioning? And so they provide the after services support as well. After you buy your home, we'll come in, we'll teach you how to use your pool, we'll get you all set up. Oh, we have some maintenance and warranty. So looking at those pain points helps drive the need for those uniques and helps them in the buying decision. Why you?